Imagine a life without a single problem. Sounds perfect, doesn't it? But let's take a moment to ponder upon a tale from the past. It's about a prince who lived in opulence, never wanting for anything. Yet he felt a void within. One night he ventured outside his golden palace walls and witnessed the world's suffering. This stirred something within him. He renounced his royal life to understand this pain, this hardship. However, living as a beggar didn't bring him the clarity he sought. Only after meditating under a tree for 49 days did he comprehend that suffering is an inseparable part of life's journey. The prince transformed into the Buddha, teaching us to accept pain and loss rather than resisting them. This philosophy challenges the common notion that we can achieve a formula for unending joy. But here's something fascinating to consider. Dissatisfaction and pain are essential catalysts for human evolution. Pain, be it physical or psychological, is a signal that warns us when we push beyond our limits. It teaches us invaluable lessons. Avoiding pain and seeking only pleasure may not always lead to true happiness. Some pain, some discomfort, is crucial for our well-being. So, how about we change our perspective? Life is an endless series of problems. Instead of hoping for a problem-free life, why not hope for a life filled with good problems? Let's embrace the challenges, the hurdles, the reality of life's ongoing problems. Happiness isn't about the absence of problems, it's about actively solving them instead of evading them. If you deny or ignore your problems, you'll end up feeling insecure and unhappy. Instead, find joy in overcoming your problems, in the triumph of the uphill climb. Life is an endless series of problems. Instead of hoping for a problem-free life, hope for a life filled with good problems. Remember, the challenges you face are not roadblocks on your journey. They are the journey. Embrace them, and you embrace life itself. Have you ever thought about how dissatisfaction and pain are essential for our evolution? It might seem counterintuitive, but let's delve into it. Pain, in all its forms, whether physical or psychological, serves as a signal when we cross our limits. It's like a teacher imparting essential life lessons, sometimes in the harshest ways. Think about it. When you touch something hot, the sensation of pain teaches you to withdraw your hand, preventing further harm. The same principle applies to psychological pain. It alerts us to situations that are not in our best interest, guiding us to make necessary changes. Now, you might think, wouldn't life be better if we could avoid these painful experiences? But consider this. Avoiding pain and seeking only pleasure might not always be beneficial. Some pain is crucial for our well-being. It's through enduring and overcoming discomfort that we grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Life, my friends, is an endless series of problems. Rather than yearning for a problem-free existence, we should aspire for a life filled with good problems. Problems that challenge us, that make us think, that push us beyond our comfort zones. Because solving these problems brings a sense of achievement, satisfaction, and yes, happiness. Happiness, true happiness, comes not from avoiding problems, but from actively solving them. If you deny or ignore your problems, you'll only end up feeling insecure and unhappy. So, embrace your problems. Face them head on, because true happiness comes from finding problems you enjoy solving. Emotions evolved to help us live and reproduce better by giving feedback. They're our body's way of telling us about the world around us, like a personal weather forecast. When it's sunny and clear, we feel positive emotions, rewarding us for actions that are likely beneficial. It's like getting a pat on the back when we've done well, motivating us to repeat those actions. But what about when our emotional skies are cloudy? That's when we experience negative emotions. These aren't punishments, they're signals, telling us that something isn't quite right. They're our body's way of saying, hey, there's a problem here that needs your attention. It could be a falling out with a friend, a poor grade on an exam, or a personal goal we haven't met yet. These negative emotions are our call to action, pushing us to address the issue at hand. However, while emotions play a crucial role in our lives, they're not always reliable. They're just signals, remember? They can sometimes be set off by false alarms or distorted by past experiences. That's why it's important not to let them be the sole driver of our decisions. We need to use our logic and reason too. Feeling bad means there's an unaddressed problem, and feeling good is a reward for taking proper action. But emotions don't last, and relying on them for decision-making can lead to problems. So remember to listen to your emotions, but don't let them be your only guide. Many people want a happy and easy life, filled with success and pleasure. But the true essence of life is more complex than this. It's a perpetual cycle of ups and downs, of victories and defeats, of joy and sorrow. The pursuit of happiness isn't about avoiding or escaping these realities, but rather about embracing them with an open heart and a resilient spirit. Let's debunk a myth today, the myth of everlasting happiness. It's a tantalizing illusion that lures many of us into a never-ending chase. But here's the reality. Our problems are recurring and unavoidable. They are as much a part of our lives as the air we breathe. Each problem we solve only makes way for another. It's a continuous cycle, and that's not a bad thing. It's what fosters growth and evolution, what drives us to learn and adapt. But how do we deal with these problems? The key is not to seek temporary escapes. Sure, they might offer a momentary respite, but they're just that, temporary. They don't solve the problems, they merely push them under the rug. And all too often, these problems resurface, often exacerbated by our attempts to avoid them. Instead, we need to confront our problems head-on. We need to roll up our sleeves, dig our heels in, and tackle them with all the determination we can muster. It's not an easy path, but it's the one that leads to genuine growth and development. And remember, solving problems isn't just about eliminating the negatives. It's also about cultivating the positives. It's about finding joy in the journey, not just the destination. It's about learning to appreciate the beauty in the struggle, the strength in the challenge. Success is not just about what you enjoy, it's about what challenges you're willing to tackle. The real pursuit of happiness lies not in a problem-free life, but in a life filled with good problems, problems that push you, that make you grow, that help you become the best version of yourself. Happiness comes from facing and managing struggles, from embracing life's challenges with all their complexity and ambiguity. So let's stop chasing the illusion of permanent happiness and start embracing the reality of perpetual growth.